This is Mr. Beck Does Your Homework. This is physics homework number 7, questions 6 and 7, trig questions. A pedestrian moves 1.3 kilometers east and then 2.7 kilometers north. So we've got 1.3 kilometers east and then 2.7 kilometers north. Find the magnitude of the resultant displacement vector. Well, this plus this is going to give me this displacement. So I want to know how long this side of the triangle is. Answer in units of kilometers. To get this side, well, that is my hypotenuse of a right triangle. So I can use the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that's my c. So my c is going to be the square root of a squared plus b squared. In my case, c is going to be the square root of 1.3 squared plus 2.7 squared, and that's going to give me some number for the length of that side. It says magnitude, so it's positive, so that'll give me the length of that side in kilometers, because this is kilometers and this is kilometers, so there's my answer for question number 6. Question number 7 says, what is the direction of the displacement vector using the counterclockwise angular direction to be positive within the limits of negative 180 to positive 180, answer in units of degrees? Well, that's a long way of saying that if I've got my x and y axis here, what I'm wondering is what direction this winds up to be. So anything up around this way, we go from 0 to 180, and that's positive. Anything around this way would go from 0 to negative 180. So if I were pointing this way, I'd have some negative 90, 100 and something degrees, right? But here I'm pointing up and to the right, so I'm going to have some positive angle here. So it's just somewhere between 0 and 90. So really, I just want this angle. So it's asking what's this angle. How do I find out that angle theta from this information? Well, if I have my triangle, I know the opposite side and I know the adjacent side of that angle. So I know that the tangent of the angle is my opposite side over my adjacent side. So if I want the angle itself, I want the angle whose tangent is equal to this ratio. So I've got tangent of theta equals opposite of 2.7, that's this one, divided by adjacent of 1.3. But how do I get theta all by itself? I need an inverse function to get theta all by itself. So I don't want the tangent of theta, I want theta. So I want the angle whose tangent happens to be this ratio. So I want the angle whose tangent is, which is tan to the negative 1, of 2.7 divided by 1.3. That's the theta I'm looking for. So if I do this ratio, plug it into my calculator, I'm going to get theta equals, and that will be my answer for question number 7. And all of this says just plug in the angle because it's to the right and positive.